Hello, and welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles, where we have for you The Robot, which is a killer Kropki puzzle. This is by Spunky, Mabeline, and meagain. And so there is a link down in the description if you would like to solve the robot. Now I will attempt to solve the robot. And I'm going to start the robot in box 2, I believe. Because I see... Sorry, I should say what the rules are, shouldn't I? We have killer cages, which give you the sum of the digits they contain, and additionally, the information that they don't contain repeated digits. Black dots, which tell you one digit is double the other, and white dots, which tell you that a pair of digits is consecutive. So we have all of that here. Okay, so there is a link in the description. You can try the puzzle. And now I will give it my best. And so I'm going to start, again, as I said, deconstructing the robot in box 1, where you can see that these two cages, one is a 27 cage and one is a 14 cage. That means these cells together sum to 41. But an entire box sums to 45. So that means 4 total is missing, making this a 4. With these being... a 2 and an 8. Now, if this digit was an 8, I could make my cage sum to 14 as long as I put it with a 1, a 2, and a 3. But the problem is if I make this an 8, I know I'm putting the 2 over there, and that doesn't work. So I need to actually put the 2 here and the 8 here. Okay, so now these 3 add to 12. Maybe we'll come back to this in a minute. 1, 3, 5 is only 9. Anyway, we'll come back to this later. Let's look at the 8 cage here. So this 8 cage is a black dot. So there's 2 options for a 3-cell 8 cage. And by the way, if you ever find yourself wanting to know these sorts of things, there is a built-in feature in Sudoku Pad. It's under advanced settings. You have to turn it on, called the killer calculator, but it'll give you a little drop-down menu that tells you all of the options for a cage. So if you wanted to see, hey, what are all the 4-cell 15 cages? You can see, oh, there's a million of them. I probably don't care. But here it's actually noteworthy because one of the options is 1, 2, 5, and one of them is 1, 3, 4. But the problem is 1, 3, 4 doesn't have any 2 digits that I can put a black dot between. So it's got to be 1, 2, 5, with that being the 1, 2, and that being the 5. So this is the 4 or the 6. Okay. Maybe I should ask myself if I can realistically put a 9 in this 14 cage, because I've got 2 more. In fact, actually, you can even do some things like you can see here that you've got these like green digits that pop up here to sort of handle the fact that you know there's a 2 in here. And so if I just wanted to think about it, could I fit a 9 in here? Well, I definitely can't fit a 9 in here because I would need the other 2 digits to sum to 3, so they'd have to be 1 and 2, but there's already a 2 in the cage. So the 9 is in one of these 2 cells. I know it's not on the black dot because neither 4.5 nor 18 is a digit that I am allowed. Okay, so now in this cage over here, if I do the math on this, I've got a 9 and an 8. Those sum to 17. So I need 2 digits that sum to 10 that go with it. So it can't be 1, 9 or 2, 8 or 4, 6. So it's 3, 7 are the other digits. So that actually tells me that this is a 3, 7, and a 9. Oops, 3, 7, and 9. However, only 3 of those digits can go on the black dot. Sorry, I should say that in a way that's less ambiguous. Of those digits, only 3 can go on a black dot. How about that? So that's a 3 and that's a 6. Okay, and we can verify that all the shenanigans that we have done so far have worked out, because what is left in the box is 1, 5, and 6, and those numbers do indeed sum to 14, making this a 1 or a 5. Okay, so this is a 2 or a 4 only. Okay, what about these two? These two need to sum to 8 now to make this 14 cage tick. And they can't be 3-5 or 2-6, so they have to be 1-7. And I know the order owing to this 1-2 pair. 7-1, so we get all of that. A 5, which does make that a 4. Okay, and now I can finish this row with a 2 and an 8. Okay, and so now these 3 digits are a 2, 4, and 8, so those sum to 14. So this is a 1, actually, making that a 2 by the white dot. Bouncing the 2 and the 1 across the world here. Let's see. So now this 8 cage is not 1-7 or 2-6, so it's 3-5. Gives me the 3 and the 5 there. And now that puts pressure on this row because this row has 2 black dots in it that don't have a 3 in them. And so now these black dots can only be one of them 1-2 and one of them 4-8. Notably, they can't be 2-4 either, even though that seems plausible, because then I couldn't make a second black dot. Well, that, among other things, gives me a 1-2-4-8 triple and makes this a 6. But the other thing it does is, well, these can't be 4-8 because that's already 12, and it's a 4-cell 12 cage. So these are actually the 1-2, and these are the 4-8. And we actually know the order of all of those digits. Okay, there's a 6 and a 1 up there. What's left in this row? 7 and 9, and I actually know the order of that. Let's see. These could be 3-6 or 4-5. I don't think I know which one. These sum to 15, actually. And they're not 7-8, so they're 6-9. It's the only other option. Okay, and so now that tells me that these actually need to be 4-5, and I know the order, because they can't have a 6 in them. Okay. By Sudoku, one of these 2 dots is a 1. And so this is a 1-2 pair, which to make the cage work makes that be a 5. Let's see. This column I'm going to fill in because it's got a white dot in it. Maybe this will become interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those aren't 7. This certainly can't be a 3 because then these would sum to at most 7. And that would certainly hurt this cage's ability to sum to 22. So this is certainly a 7, 8, 9 with a 6, 7, 8, 9. If this is a 3, then this is a 2. If this is an 8, 9, then this is an 8, 9. So that just means this is always a 2 or an 8, I suppose. I don't think I have any way of knowing which one at present. Let's see. Let's try and do a little bit more Sudoku. So I see that 2 is up here in this box. Let's see this column. Let's see. I see that I have an 8 placed in this box, at which point 4 becomes placed in this box. So this box up here is more restricted than it looked. These are 3, 5, and 9. Neither of those is 5, so apparently this was also 5 by Sudoku. Let's see, what about these? We still need a 1 in this row, a 6, and a 7. And up here, we've got a 3, 5, and a 7. No, sorry, not 3, 5, and 7. 3, 5, and 9. So that's the 9. That's the 3, and that's the 5. Sorry, oops. It's the 5, because I saw that this one of 3, 5, and 9 could not be 3 or 5. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 is what's left in this column. That one is not a 4 or a 6, apparently. Now, that is a little bit interesting because actually, if you look at this column, that means the 8 and the the 8 and the 4 are down here. So the 8 is down here. So this digit's never an 8, which means that digit's never a 9, because a 9 would only go with an 8. Okay. I see also that this just can't be a 9 either, because if this was a 9 that would go with an 8 and it would make this a 5, that doesn't work. So this is a 6 or a 7 with a 7 or an 8. Let's just try the two options. So 6, 7 is 13. That would make this a 9. 7, 8 is 15. That would make this a second 7. That doesn't sound so good. So let's do this as 6 and 7 with a 9. Sounds good. So that now in this column makes that the 6. These, the 4, the 7, and the 8, I can get rid of the mess there. And so these are now 1, 2, 3, actually, which looks up at that, makes it a 7 and a 1. Let's see, this column now, we're missing a 4 and a 6. And in this column, we are missing... Nope, they're all there. It's a 7 and an 8. Okay, so that's a 7 or a 9. Okay. So what about this column over here? We've got 1 and a 2. We need a 3 and a 4. Got a 5. We need a 6. Don't need a 7 or 8. We need a 9. I see. And so this digit is, of those, only a 3, apparently. So that makes that a 9. Makes that a 4, and that a 6. So that did... Thinking to check that did immense damage. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are 7 and 8, and we even know the order. A rare treat in this puzzle. Let's see, 4 and 9 go in these cells. 3 and 7 go in these cells. This is a 1 or a 2, and it's not a 1. And that unlocks this dot, because now that's an 8, so that's a 9. Okay, this is a beautifully placed dot to wrap up everything. And presumably this wraps up everything. Maybe I shouldn't speak before the cart is in the horse, or whatever the phrase is. That's a 2. These are 5 and 6. These are 1 and 5. 1 and 5. No, not 1 and 5. 1 and 9, actually. Unravels everything over there. And so that's a 5, and that is a 3. And a lovely robot it was indeed. All right, let me know how you enjoyed that. What is your favorite pair of constraints to have combined in a puzzle? I think mine is well documented to be black dots and renbun, but I'm curious about yours. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you next time on Invitation to Puzzles. Bye for now.